The Eagles coming into this year were a very surprising team. But with their streak being snapped, I felt like I should speak on how great of a run it was. They broke their franchise record for wins in a row and best record starting season since a very long time. But with all that being said, I'm surprised how much of a choke job that loss to the Commanders was. As I watched it live, I saw they had a few times they could have very easily won that game. But hey, I'm not anywhere close to being in the NFL, and I'm not 8-0 in the NFL. I'm certainly not 8-0 in the NFL. I mean, even if it's the Commanders, you eventually got to choke and sell. Even if it's the Commanders, you eventually got to choke and sell. Even if you're not doing it, it's going to come sometime. At the point, odds were low. Eagles will win. Like, when you roll a dice, odds are you're not going to land on the same number. Like, for example, if you land on 1, odds are going to stay the same always, but theoretically, you can't keep hitting 1 every time. So the more and more you hit 1, the more the odds go down. I don't know, though. In the NFL, you can hit 1 and win and make your odds way better because of momentum. But eventually the momentum is going to run out and the dice rule is going to come in play, and the probability rule. That's way different than a dice. Don't know why I even compared the NFL and a dice together, though, lol. So I can't be talking. Much respect to these great-ass players, so for sure. How can I talk? Part of me wanted the Eagles to win because of the sake for the first ever undefeated season. The Vikings fan of me wanted them to lose so we can have a better chance at the first seed. I don't think anyone cares, though. Little skull, okay, I'm not a bandwagon. My family and dad are all from Minnesota and big Vikings fans, especially my dad. He had the Vikings tattooed on his shoulder. He cried when they lost in 2009. Very diehard fan. Always complained about them being chokers, though, like a shit ton. So I really want them to win for him and my family from Minnesota that are big Vikes fans. If you like this vid, you might want to check out my other vids. For example, Justin Jefferson is the best wide receiver I've ever seen. It's right next to this vid, so it's not that far away. Yeah, and sadly, I don't know how to put it on the screen, so you're just going to have to find that yourself. It's right next to this video, so it's not the end of the world. And by the way, earlier, I'm not capping on that. Justin Jefferson is literally the best wide receiver I've ever seen in my whole life.